Three exotic girls and I got them sucking panties. Told them they were certified. Welcome to the Zanny family.
What's up, everybody? FBG Bro Show. 6/14. It's Connor Russo's birthday. Very happy birthday to Bubba Russo. National Flag Day. Don't have a flag to show anybody, but that's okay. Cavs Warriors last night, Game 5. I didn't think the Cavs had any shot at pulling it out, but I guess Draymond Green ended up being more of an influence than I had originally assumed, and the Cavs ended up pulling it off, 112-97 behind Kyrie Irving's 41 points and LeBron James's 41 points as well. What do we think of the performance last night out of those two?
Well, first of all, I definitely agree with what you said about Draymond. Way bigger impact than I expected, especially when Bogut got injured later on in the game.
Yeah, that ended up being huge for them.
Third quarter.
Because Varejao wasn't very good last night.
He's not very good in general, to be honest. I think he's past his prime, well past his prime. So, they were kind of just like without a big man. The other guys couldn't get it done, and they were kind of forced to play with a smaller lineup. But yeah, Draymond had definitely a larger impact than I had imagined. Kyrie, awesome game. Oh, definitely overshadowed LeBron's game because he dropped the same amount of points.
Yeah.
But for sure, like when I was watching Kyrie, I was like, this guy's taking over the game. Big
well,
time.
yeah, and he was just taking,
wild
I
looks too.
thought they were,
and they were getting them to go.
Like some of them were more decent than the others, but in general, I mean, and even Klay Thompson said it in the press conference afterwards. He was just like, listen, he was hitting floaters, he was hitting tough turnaround Jays, fadeaways, like you name it, he had it. I don't know really what he was for the field. He had to be over 60% from the field. I mean, he was unbelievable last night. Definitely a performance that they needed. And listen, they're going to have to replicate this going back home. Just because they're playing at home here doesn't mean, and just because they're favored by 2 points doesn't give them, I think, any solace in knowing that, they still have to win this game again against this 73-win team and then go back to the Oracle and do it again in Game 7. Still really think it's kind of a long shot for them. I do think the series is going to go to 7 games. I just think LeBron he just has the will. He doesn't want to go down in three straight finals, not even forcing a Game 7, right? I mean, in 2014,
no way.
Right? He lost to the Spurs in 6, I think. Then he lost to the Warriors in 6 last year. So he doesn't want that to happen again, and I think he's too good of a player for that to happen to him. So we'll see it. We'll see how it goes. I mean, Thursday night should be a great game, I think.
Definitely, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, definitely surprised that they were able to pull out the win tonight or last night.
Definitely,
especially
surprised.
on the road. But I think really Draymond was that deciding factor. Like they had. Not like a lack of fire. I mean, they had open looks. Honestly, like Curry was cold, dude, and so was Klay. Like
bad.
They were breaking.
Curry was bad.
I mean,
Klay was unreal. Klay was insane.
Actually, no. What am I saying? He was like 26 to start.
Klay started 5 for 7 from 3, and then he ended up he finished with 37 points.
Yeah,
but obviously the defense that he had on Kyrie wasn't great, but I mean, there's only so much you could do.
And role players too, like they weren't getting what
Livingston wasn't good.
They weren't getting what they were getting.
They had to kind of throw. They had to kind of throw Iguodala out there. They kind of had to throw Spates out there. They threw
How many
Ezeli had, I think, a flagrant, right?
Yeah. Plus, how big is Ezeli?
On.
Like he could. It was like they had another big man.
Well, he's big, but
he couldn't.
Tristan Thompson had 15 boards, I think, last night. So.
Yeah, plus he was doing a good job Dean his man up. But, I think the Draymond thing definitely had a huge impact.
Yeah, no, and listen, sure. I'm so happy. Like, I did not want to see Draymond, like, run over from the Coliseum last night, like, after they won, and just kind of run in there and be like, oh, yeah.
And be celebrating.
Yeah, like, that would have been,
I
like...
didn't even have... Because, like,
there's something,
it would be like they didn't even have to do anything.
Like, I wouldn't have liked that. What?
It'd be such a boring finals. Like, if they won it last night and I don't even know. I'd kind of just be sitting in my house like, whatever.
Like whatever.
Whatever. Like, Draymond would be running in like... It's almost like it was a joke.
Well, it's almost like
it's so easy it was a joke. Like, they're running in like, good, hey, happy-go-lucky. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, I just sat out and we just beat LeBron. But, like,
meanwhile,
I'm kind of happy LeBron finally got a little W, actually.
Right. No, for sure.
You want to see a good finals. And you don't want to see it as a joke. I still really have no
this
idea
finals, it's kind of been a soap opera with Draymond and LeBron. I expect the same kind of...
too much, honestly.
Listen, and, like, you're a fool if you think the same kind of antics aren't going to happen again in Game 6. Draymond's going to be right back out there doing his thing.
Trying to get his head as much as
possible. Trying to whack people's nuts like he always does, It
works. They're winning.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, the guy is just a loser. And I hate LeBron. Like, I don't like LeBron at all. But Draymond is, now a close rival in terms of, like, my hatred for NBA.
I think he really
NBA players.
Everyone,
he's just insufferable to watch, and I hate watching him on what is now a couple days basis. Seeing him in the finals has been like whatever.
I think before this whole
and there hasn't really been too many great games. Like, last night was a good game. Game 4 was a good game, but the first 3 games were blowouts for the Warriors, first 2, and then blowout
for Cavs the third game. Yeah.
So, it is what it is, dude.
Honestly, like, I had nothing against Draymond until really this playoff, like these last couple playoff series.
No, me too. Yeah,
it's like I'm totally Team Adams on OKC.
Definitely Team Adams.
What happens, and I hate to say it, but like in this, I'm kind of Team LeBron. Although, listen, the whole crybaby stuff, like whatever. Put it.
I'm not rooting really for anybody. Yeah, I mean,
I'm kind of just rooting for a good series. At this point, I'm not really.
I was kind of hoping it was going to end last night. To be honest with you, because it would have been kind of funny to see LeBron have to go through another press conference like that.
Miserable.
Yeah, I mean, dude, when you lose, he's on the verge of losing his 5th NBA Finals. I mean, that's crazy. And when you put it in perspective, especially to other sports, like right now, I'm thinking of LeBron about to lose his 3rd straight NBA Finals after being in 6 straight finals.
What do you compare it to?
It's reminiscent in Jim Kelly in Buffalo, the Buffalo Bills in the late '80s, right?
What do they have? Four shots at it or something like that?
4 shots at it, lost four Super Bowls in a row, and obviously it's different. I think it's on a different scale. I think LeBron, he's almost single-handedly taken his team to the finals every year. Whether it's been whether he's had that piece there that has done it for him or not. When he was in Miami, he had Bosh and Wade that were his rocks there, and he had the other role players. He had Ray Allen. He made crazy shots that series back
honestly,
like probably 3 years ago.
James Jones is hitting shots too. Like, I mean, he's on the Cavs now with them, but like back in the day, he would come off as a 6th man pretty much.
Yeah, and just the past 2-3 years, LeBron really hasn't had much help. So I can't really blame him. I think he's definitely. He's definitely going to go down as probably the 2nd best basketball player of all time. That'll obviously be debated forever, but I don't foresee him getting more than 4 rings right now. So, and that pales in comparisons to Jordan's 6. You can look at regular season stats, but that's really neither here nor there. So
Jordan's 6 and Jordan doing it 3 in a row, year off 3 in a row is right. You can't top it.
Yeah. Yep. So. That's that. Game 6 will be on Thursday night back in Cleveland at Quicken Loans. So you can catch that game, I think, at 9 o'clock.
Looking forward to it. Pulling for Cleveland. Basically pulling for Game 7, honestly.
Yeah, Game 7 would be fun. Game 7 would be fun, no doubt. So what's our next topic? Do you want to talk about the Juan Uribe thing?
Yeah, we can talk about Uribe.
So Juan Uribe, and now this is 2 days ago now, but I mean...
2 days ago, but definitely still news if you're a baseball fan.
Yeah, so Mike Trout's up. Juan Uribe is playing the hot corner. Trout hits just like a seed on the ground. I think it was like a one-hopper.
Yeah, missile.
Just kind of missile.
Heavy top
turned
spin.
on it. Heavy top spin, just went... And then just skipped right up and just caught nutsack.
Right into the man's nads.
Yeah, there's not really much you could do. And then, the funniest part about it, he's, like, laying on the field, and he's, like, down like this, like, on the field. Like, and it's just Uribe. And then, the aftermath, there's obviously going to be all these kind of things going on. So, you see Francisco Lindor I have a screenshot of it in the blog.
He's like laughing hysterically.
He's laughing hysterically, and then you see Uribe in the back like, oh.
Dude, Uribe was literally for a couple minutes just outstretched on the ground like this, not moving at all, not a single muscle.
Right.
He was just dead on the ground.
And
which
then,
is like every guy's been there, you know? Like I have to explain to my girlfriend all the time. She's like, does it really hurt that much? Does it really, yeah, like you're dying. You are dying inside when you get hit there. Like, and if you don't know what it feels like, just look at Juan Uribe in this video because the poor guy was murdered out there at the hot corner. You know, he is literally not moving.
And you know, after the game, one of the reporters who covers the Indians, I think, a beat writer or somebody, tweeted out that he had a testicular contusion. So
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely got pretty banged up. And then Uribe went on to say in some post-game interview or some sort of comment to the effect that he would wear a cup, but the trainers don't have his size. So, you know, you can kind of gauge the type of dude Uribe is.
Good to
and,
see.
You know, also the kind of
with it.
right, yeah, like the kind of, you know, antics that have gone on in the locker room. I know you can speak for it more than me as a Mets fan with the whole Coke can. The whole Coke can.
Terry Collins wouldn't even talk about it after in the post game. He'd be like, "Yeah, I really can't elaborate on what he does in the locker room, but you can get a gist of it from like Instagram accounts. We follow Lucas Duda. If you don't follow that account, if you're a Mets fan, follow right now. It's like Granderson following around Lucas Duda, who could be the weirdest man in baseball." Or all time.
Yeah, Duda's like a weird dude.
It's like Uribe trying to give him lap dances and shit like that in the locker room, and Duda is not about it.
Yeah, no, Duda's like a weird dad, right?
Yeah.
He's just like a weird dad.
He is.
Almost.
He's
he still hurt? Yeah,
he is still hurt. He's big right now. It's big for the Mets. They need a couple guys back.
Yeah,
but Uribe with that man, and honestly, when your nickname is the Hog Show, and there's rumors surfacing that you're packing something similar to a Coke can down south, like it's only a matter of time until you really get hit in the nuts.
Yeah, and like then you
if
just kind of like shoulder
meat that
it
big
off.
out there, and you're not wearing a cup, like on the hot corner, you're gonna take one off it.
Yeah, you know,
you
definitely take one off the nuts there. Then there was another thing on the blog yesterday about I think that it was the Queen's 90th birthday in England.
Definitely her birthday, yeah.
And they do a big ceremony in England because she's the Queen, and they still have that kind of thing over in England.
She was shotgunning beers.
So she was shotgunning beers for the 90th.
It was event sponsored by Natty Light.
Right, and apparently it was because you know, you saw they have a bunch of Royal Guardsmen, you know, line up in their formation like it's the fucking 1700s again. And one of them passed out. One of them passed out. I don't know what it was from. I guess the Natty Light. And he's laying on the ground, like top hat and everything, the whole uniform, the whole nine. He's laying face first on the pavement,
pulling a Uribe.
All of his other Royal Guardsman buddies literally didn't even blink an eye. They were just locked in, like going forward, like looking at like whatever was going on. There was a crowd of people in the back.
They were willing to let him suffer and
like die. Yeah, he was just like, I guess, you know, Pete, the Royal Guardsman guy, he's fainted again. And then
you think it's
he was laying there for like probably like over a minute before he received medical. I actually don't know. I can't even speak to how long he was laying on the ground because like the video started and it was like him on the ground. So I would have loved to see how like he fell. Like him falling probably would have been pretty funny. But
also use the term medical use very loosely in the video because he's laying on the ground and a woman comes. Looks like she just kind of flips him on his back, and they just
it looks like they were some part of the military. I think
they toss him on a stretcher and just wheel him out like nothing's happened. Like,
well, they took off that 12-pound hat.
There was no like pulse check. Oh yeah, they whipped the hat off. That was basically the extent of it. There was no pulse checking or you know, trying to find a beat. They were kind of just. I think they'd come to terms with like, hey, he died.
Yeah, like listen, like
he's gone, and you know,
listen. Like you served England well. You served your queen well. Like au revoir. Yeah, well, that's not even what they say because they speak English actually. But,
Literally Battlefield type stuff where they're just dragging bodies out.
Which I also mentioned in this blog. It kind of like reminded me of like the 1700s in England. Like they fought us in the Revolutionary War, and like they knew they had more troops, so they purposely like put themselves out in the open, and like they literally ate musket balls. Like people were just like they were getting lit up, like just eating musket balls, like because they were all in a line, and like everybody else was hiding in the woods, like you would like in normal war. You know, like you're gonna take cover. Warfare. You're gonna take cover and be like Navy SEAL-ish about it, and like that's what we were doing because we're smart, obviously. And then they were just like, nah, like we're just gonna like take as many bodies as we can. It doesn't matter. We have a lot of troops, and then you end up losing. So. You still want to do those formations, 200 years later for your Queen's 90th birthday and have people pass out and not care about it, doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me one bit. So, does it surprise you?
Not at all.
No.
And,
it's just their MO. So that's their MO over there. They also have terrible teeth. It's also a known thing.
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth. You smelly paisans.
And when you're wearing like full-grown bears on your head.
Yeah, that hat was literally 12 pounds.
I'm surprised more of them go down on a regular basis. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely not great to wear in the hot weather.
Right.
No ventilation in those things.
No.
For sure.
No. Definitely. They're definitely not sponsored by like Under Armour, like Cool Gear for those, 12 pound.
Yeah, we should try to
fur things with the chin strap that just look like it's like radiating like gobble sweat.
Business idea. We should make those hats, but for heat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Warm weather furry guard.
We should wear them on the show. We should wear prototypes on the show.
Yeah. We're businessmen, and we always have the wheels turning 24/7.
We're business blog men. We're in the business of business. We're in the business of business and the business of blogging, which kind of go hand in hand, which are a little bit intertwined. So, we're just trying to scheme on the low. Another thing I needed to mention was the built-in apps on your iPhone. The apps that you never use, and when you go to clear storage, you're like, wow, like I wish I could delete these permanently installed apps that are taking up X amount of storage on my phone. Well, now you're going to be able to. With iOS, iOS 10 is coming out, and your apps like, and I'll just run through them. Ready? News. The news app on there. It's like that's literally a poor man's version of Twitter, and I'm pretty sure you have to like pay to subscribe. Like nobody uses that.
News could be the most irrelevant thing out of anything ever on the iPhone.
Right.
Because you have literally the internet at your access, or any type of social media page, or even when I wake up in the morning and go into my kitchen, there's a newspaper.
Yeah.
I could read that instead of... Right. News is so irrelevant.
Or you can make a free Twitter account, click a few buttons to who you should follow, and then like you're pretty much... like your news subscription is, a moot point. So that's stupid. Another one was the passbook. Where you would hold, I don't even know what kind of travel documents, but the way I see it, every time I go to the airport, it's always a shit show. I can't remember, there's times I've gone to the airport and, it's been smooth, but, it's always an annoying time in the airport. So, I guess the passbook thing was made to make that easier, but, I don't understand how it's used or how people use it, so, get off my phone.
Yeah. It's just...
get that off my phone.
They're all just a big old waste of space.
Yeah. And then the compass, that's pretty self-explanatory as to why that's really, really dumb.
That could be one of the worst ones.
Yeah. And then videos, which is where you would save videos that you bought from the iTunes store, whether it's a show or something.
Movies,
here's a news flash. It's 2016. People have Netflix accounts, HBO accounts, Showtime accounts, Amazon Prime accounts, Hulu accounts. You name it, somebody has something different that they're using. So, why has this now been a thing on there for however many years that the iPhone's been out? Get that off my phone as well. And then I think another one was the iCloud drive. Like, I just want to be able to plug...
Look at it right now. I'm about to see which ones are absolutely useless.
I just want to be able to plug in my phone to the computer and, like, just have those two things be synonymous. Like, the whole cloud thing is really... I don't really understand it. I know that it was hacked for some celebrities, like, and we saw their nudes, like, a year and a half back, like, maybe 2 years ago. Like, that's all I really get from iCloud. It tells me that I haven't backed it up in like 11 weeks, like every week. I guess that number goes up, and I just don't really care. Like I don't want to back it up on my phone. Like, and I don't know what that means either. I don't know what that means.
There are some of these that are big ways. Wallet, Dom. Talk about the wallet.
Oh yes, the wallet. Yeah, like I have a physical wallet. I have a physical.
We have wallets. We own wallets.
Yeah, I have a physical wallet where I have, things called debit cards, credit cards, and money, cash, and, like, where I hold my identification card. Could probably do without the permanently installed virtual wallet on my iPhone, which I've opened probably negative times.
This is all Apple Pay, adding credit card, debit cards, this and that.
Yeah. And I also have Venmo. Venmo's.
I'm a supporter of Venmo. I can get behind Venmo for sure.
At Venmo, listen, like you want to advertise TPS, let your boys know.
Stocks, iBooks, reminders. I mean, reminders right next to notes, like exact same thing. You could set up Pages, Keynote, iTunes U, University.
Trump
Tips,
University, iPhone
numbers,
University, same thing.
Podcasts, we could use podcasts.
I guess, like, I guess, I don't know. We'd have to ask Blezzo about
iTunes
that.
U, homework hand in, turn in assignments.
By the way, we now have a copy editor and audio technical guy who's going to help us out. So that should be pretty lit, actually. And then, last thing I just wanted to talk about is the O.J. Simpson documentary, which premieres again tonight. Part 2 is tonight. I think Part 1 premiered, was it last week or on Saturday? I'm not sure. I watched it. Yeah. I watched it. It was real good. I mean, if you think about it, that's kind of the first time like we gave athletes like kind of like a free pass. Like ever since then, you can kind of just run through the years when athletes have fucked up bad. I mean, this just topped the list. I mean, he killed 2 people. Like, he literally murdered.
This kind of did set the precedent for like athletes kind of get the better treatment.
Yeah, and
Kobe,
people in my age demographic,
Notorious,
right?
The Blade Runner,
right? Like,
you
even look at Mike Vick with the dogs too. I mean, that's
Vic with the dogs is playing in the show.
Ray Lewis.
This kid from Stanford, Banana Land.
So,
the Stanford swimmer,
right?
He is taking heat as he should on heat. So is the judge. Apparently, the judge has done it before with a baseball player in the past, something like that.
So, and it's kind of past mine and Connor's age demographic because like we didn't see O.J. Simpson play. So it's also kind of interesting to see, how big of a public figure he was. This guy was larger than life. He was a stud. Like, not only was he, the best football running back out of college, winning the Heisman, he lit it up professionally. And then, he was also a movie star off the field. He was literally a movie star. He was A-list celebrity in every sense of the word. Plus, he was an athlete. I think it was kind of really the first time, in sort of not even modern U.S. sports history.
Was Bosworth before?
He was huge. He was a big fucking deal.
Big deal.
O.J. Simpson was a huge deal. And it's crazy to see, how his demise happened.
And someone who we all, who was put up on a pedestal
put up on a pedestal as a hero.
It's almost when you hear that news, it's like you don't want to believe it. Same thing with all of those athletes. Exactly. When you've been backing them for so long and you're such a big fan, it's like you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear that he did something so stupid, so selfish.
Part 2 of that is on, I think, at like 9 tonight.
Yeah,
so there really isn't anything else on tonight unless you're watching baseball. I know the Yanks play the Rockies at 7 tonight. I'm not sure who the Mets have.
We got to check the Mets schedule. They just embarrassed themselves against the Brewers this week. So
yeah, no, the Mets.
I had to take a mental timeout. Took a quick mental timeout from watching those brutal fucking games, and now I'm gonna get back on the grind.
Yeah.
See what they can muster up with Kelly Johnson now.
They'll get it back.
The Lord and Savior.
They'll get it back.
Yeah, we'll see what they do. They need to add another piece. And,
that's pretty much
a small piece. They need their injured guys back. That's what they need to do. You can't have your 3, 4, 5 hitters injured and expect to be making waves in the offensive production game.
Yeah.
Darnell, Wright, and Duda.
Yeah.
At least give us one.
Yeah. No, it's tough. It's a tough go for them for sure. So.
For sure, but to all the Mets fans who are bugging out about adding players, let's
take it easy.
Take it easy.
I'm not even going to talk about the Yankees.
Yeah, we're early June. We're early June, and they got 3 of their biggest hitters on the DL. So let's wait until they can come back. You know, we don't want to be dipping into the heavy stuff until after All-Star.
So that pretty much does it here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll hopefully have another one for you guys up tomorrow. Just kind of chronicling the latest and greatest funny news, and sports happenings. So, we have a couple more days to wait until Game 6. So I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. Maybe have a few more people on with us tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and make sure you like us on Facebook, Triple Play Sports. Follow us on Twitter at the TPS Guys, and obviously check out the website, tpsnation.com. We shall have some stuff in the shop coming soon. We got stickers and shit coming. Also have a Yankees
bumper stickers,
laptop sticker, bumper sticker, which is good. We're kind of starting some low-level stuff there. So be sure to check that out. Be wary of that. So thanks a lot.
Plug the shirt too. Make the Yanks great again.
Yes, we'll have that. Hopefully, it takes a couple weeks to customize. So maybe 2 weeks that'll be available online. So we'll be able to ship that out to you if you want. So thanks for watching again, and take it easy.
TPS.